You are watching TCI of Southern Maine, Channel 12. We're taking television into tomorrow.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to TCI of Southern Maine sports coverage of Game of the Week. Tonight, from Waterhouse Field in Biddeford, it's the home opener for the two-time defending state champion Biddeford Tigers. Hi, everyone. I'm Eric Nelson, joined by Keith Trefethen, our 8th year behind the mic here at Biddeford Tiger football, and the Tigers returning as two-time defending champs. Keith, a big win over Oxford Hills on the road last week, 14-9, a good way to start the year.
It certainly was, because Oxford Hills is considered one of the better teams in Eastern football this year. So it's a good win for them, particularly at Oxford Hills, and really shows how the defense is going to play important roles early in the season.
The defense should be the strength of this team. 7 returning starters on the defensive side of the ball. So that does figure to be their strength for the Deering Rams. They have started off the season 0-1, a 27-6 loss to defending Eastern Maine champion Waterville. So Deering, a real tough schedule to start the season.
It certainly is. They go up to play Waterville, then they have to come down here and play Biddeford here at Waterhouse. That's a tough task for them. They're going to have a strong thing tonight. Excuse me. It's going to be tough for them tonight here to really come up with a win.
This is the first time that these two teams have met in regular competition since the 1992 playoffs, when Biddeford defeated Deering in the quarterfinal round by the score of 34-0. Offensively for the Tigers, you're going to see a lot of different players. Ben Goslin takes over at quarterback for Randy Pettit. We're going to see a freshman fullback, Keith Rule, Joey Drapo, a sophomore tailback who scored 2 touchdowns a week ago. A lot of new faces and some fresh blood for this Tiger team.
It certainly is, and one of the things we always talk about, and we've been here 8 years, we've seen a lot of kids come and go through this program. It always stays consistent. I expect these young men to be consistent and to be tough all year long and get better as the year goes on, particularly on the offensive side of the football.
Expect a lot out of Nate Gagney this year, the senior quad captain of this team. Goes both ways, had 3 interceptions last week for the Tigers. He's going to be a key defensively and offensively for this group. For the Deering Rams, under head coach Bill Leroy in his 10th season, they were 4-5 a year ago. They made it into the Class A playoffs, but bowed out in the quarterfinal round to Massabesic 34-14. This is always a tough place to play. Deering hasn't had a lot of success against Biddeford, with the exception maybe of a game a couple of years ago when they played them close, but it's going to be tough for them tonight.
It certainly is. I think the important thing for them is to not get involved in the crowd, try to distract the crowd from their concentration, and try to get up early and get some momentum on Biddeford, which is very difficult here.
This is a seasoned group. Nick Langella comes back for his 3rd year at quarterback. They've got some other good skill people, Foley and Locke. We'll keep an eye on them, and then we'll be back in just a moment with the opening kickoff between Biddeford and Deering right here on Game of the Week.
When Abby needed medical care, her mother wanted to be sure she would be cared for by a qualified physician. York Hospital's emergency department is staffed with certified emergency physicians, specially trained emergency nurses and technicians. The finest equipment is readily available, and the needs and desires of the patient have top priority. If you need medical care, why not make York Hospital your hospital? York Hospital, located in York Village, just across the bridge from New Hampshire.
Watch for these shows and special community events right here on TCI of Southern Maine, Channel 12.
And welcome back, everyone, to Waterhouse Field in Biddeford for the home opener to the 1995 campaign. The two-time defending state champion Biddeford Tigers hosting the Rams from Deering High School. And Keith, there's always a sense of excitement in the home opener.
There certainly is. The crowd is still filtering in a little bit. This side of the stadium is full, almost to capacity, and everybody's anticipating the home opener here. And right now, Eric, no wind to speak of blowing. The flag is sitting still, and I don't expect that to be a factor early in this game anyway.
Okay, let's take a look as you see the Tigers huddle up on the sidelines. Take a look at the smoke show that happened earlier, just moments before the introduction of the starting players. They've added a type of orange reddish light, Keith, to the festivities, so it's pretty exciting when they come through with that smoke show.
Well, you know, everybody gets involved here at Biddeford to do a little bit for the program, and this is just one thing that some people do to show their appreciation to the team.
Okay, Chol Ho Choi will do the kicking for Biddeford. He is the younger brother of Min Ho Choi, the outstanding kicker that the Tigers had the past couple of years. So Deering will have the ball offensively to start this game, and back deep for the Rams is number 29, senior Tyrone Daniels, who has breakaway speed and is definitely a threat to break one. So the Tigers will be cautious here as Choi kicks off to start the game. It's the 1-0 Tigers against the 0-1 Rams right here on TCI Channel 12, and the home season underway for the Tigers. Daniels takes the ball at the 10 and heads up the right sideline. Daniels still going, breaks the other way, all the way out to the 38, and that's where the Rams will take over offensively, Keith.
Offensively for Deering tonight, Nick Jarrett is at center. The guards, Brian McElhaney and Mike Fullerton. Matt Miller and Travis McDuffie are your tackles. Tight end, Brian LeClaire. Split end, Derek Locke. Nick Langeller is your quarterback. Tim Westbrook, fullback. Joe Foley is your halfback, and flankers, Paul Navarro.
All right, we'll get to the Tigers defensively after this. Deering will start off from the 38-yard line here. Nick Langeller, in his third year as the starting quarterback for the Rams, will give to his tailback Foley on first down for no gain. Keith, let's look at the Tiger defense.
Defensively, John Livermore is in. Jason Shaw tackles. Ben Goslin, Tom Lanier ends. Justin Drapo, Rick Fortin, Matt Russo, and Eric Lavasser, your linebackers. John Perry and Chun Ho Choi, defensive backs, with Nate Gagne as your safety.
Okay, quick look at the starting lineups for both of these clubs. We will go down, give a pickup of 1 on that play to Joe Foley. It'll be second down and 9 for the Rams. We are a minute into this one. And Langella on the keeper, and Nate Gagne gets him at the 50, but not after Langella picks up a big first down.
Well, certainly one of those situations there that I think they felt that Biddeford was vulnerable up in the middle and was able to take that quarterback sneak with Langella right up the middle and pick up that first down, and really helps that team offensively. I think Deering gets them out of even though they had good field position to start, now they're on Biddeford's side of the 50.
Call it the Tiger 48, first down for the Rams. They'll operate out of the I formation. Langella gives to the fullback. Big pickup by Westberg, and again, it's Nate Gagne forced to make the tackle, and that's close to another first down.
Yeah, when you got your defensive backs making those adjustments back there, making their tackles, it becomes very, very difficult for your football team. So they're going to need to make some adjustments at that linebacker spot and try to get a little more aggressiveness.
9 yards on the pickup for the fullback, so it'll be second down and 1 for the Rams. Langella, the pitch to the halfback, and great penetration by the Tigers, and boy, the halfback, Foley, doing a great job staying on his feet, but penetration was so good, Foley initially ran into the fullback, Keith.
Yeah, he did. He did, but they had, it looked like they had Drapo stunting on that particular play and got into the backfield and really disrupted that whole play.
So a loss of, call it 4 on the play, is going to bring up third down and 5 for the Rams on this initial drive of the game. 9:45 left first quarter. We are scoreless here from Waterhouse Field in Biddeford. Langella on third down is going to throw the football. Right flat's got a man open for a first down. It's Derek Locke with the reception. Choi makes the tackle, and Deering with an impressive opening drive, Keith.
Certainly did. First time they passed the ball, they've used a quarterback sneak. They've run the halfback for a couple plays with really not much success. They've run the fullback inside with some good success, and they throw the ball. Looking good right now.
First down and 10 from the Tiger 35-yard line. This time it's the fullback, Westberg. And coming up to make the tackle for the Tigers is Jason Shaw, but Westberg with 4 yards on first down.
Number 45, Jim Westberg. Tackle for the Tigers.
Excuse me. Right now it looks like even running the football, they're getting 4+ yards carrying the football, and that really sets up good second down and third down situations for Deering.
Deering is chewed up over 3 minutes on this opening drive. Here's the second down and 6 play. Langella, little misdirection to Foley. Foley, a very strong runner, gets inside the 30. Livermore helps make the tackle for the Tigers. John Livermore, an interesting story, a transfer from Old Orchard Beach. Spent the first 9 years with his schooling in Biddeford. Spent the last 2 at Old Orchard, was named a captain for this year's upcoming team and decided to come back to Biddeford. And he is firmly planted on that defensive line. And when he gets a little healthier with that bum ankle, he's going to play both ways.
That's a tough choice for that young man too. Being captain of Old Orchard Beach and then making the decision to leave there and come here. So, as a matter of fact, here we are talking about him, Eric, and he's coming off the field. Must have been some sort of equipment failure.
Hey, he's going to ask for another helmet. He had a badly twisted ankle last week, apparently, against Oxford Hills, and fortunately not more serious than they initially thought. So he's going to play defense tonight. And next week against Massabesic, it appears that he's going to be able to go both ways. So he's back out there, and it's third down and a long 2 for the Rams.
Big third down play here. Biddeford needs to come up and respond.
Foley, very close to a first down. Ben Goslin making the tackle for the Tigers.
Foley. Tackle for the Tigers by number 11, co-captain Ben Goslin.
This does not require a measurement, Keith. They're about half a yard short.
The way they're running the football, Eric, I do not suspect that they're going to do anything but try to go after the first down here. And you know, if you're Biddeford, you need to pinch the tackles and try to come inside. They've had good success running inside your tackles, and look for them to do that and not run to the outside.
4th and inches for the Rams. Long count, Langella.
Oh, nice movement.
Excellent penetration by Biddeford. It looked like Shaw was the man through the line first.
Ball carrier forward.
All depends on spot.
It's going to be close.
Looks like they're going to get it by the spot of the football.
By number 72,
The
Jason.
ball is perched just inside the Biddeford 25. And the officials will bring the chains out. So we're 5 minutes in, and our first measurement of the season. As you can see by the camera angle, that is a first down, folks, by about half the length of the football. And that makes 3
first downs
on this drive.
25.
Starting on their own 38, got 3 first downs, running the football well, mixed up that pass once, but everything's been inside, Eric. They haven't looked to go outside with any speed, and they don't have to right now. They're dominating the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're going north and south very well here. So 1st and 10 from the 25. Foley spins off a tackle in the backfield, and then it's Drapo that takes him down. So we may have gotten a yard on that play. Very impressed, though, with the backs, especially Foley. Very resilient and a tough runner for Deering.
He looks like he's got a low center of gravity, and with that, keeps his body low as well. And so really tight package. You're looking at shoulder pads and legs at you instead of a waist, and becomes a very tough thing to catch.
Number 59, David Putnam.
Give him 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Langella keeps the football. Going deep and too deep. Intended out there for Daniels. He was covered by John Perry on the play. So the first pass attempt for Deering.
Second pass attempt.
Yes, first
they did
incompletion.
That, it was the first incompletion, but what's more important here, I think they have really good confidence in their ability to run the football. 2nd down and long yardage, they go all the way to the goal line. So they got to come back here with something that's going to pick up 9 or 10 yards. Look for another pass, perhaps, almost like the slant that we saw the first time.
6:28 left, scoreless first quarter, opening drive of the game. Langella on 3rd and 9, back in the shotgun. Here's the blitz over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Paul Navarro, but there's just too much Tiger pressure.
They go shotgun, and again, they split the ends. They split 2 on one side, Eric, and look like they just tried to do a little confusion back there. Again, Biddeford likes to play a lot of man, I think, in this defensive secondary, and with that, sometimes you try to do a little picking with your offensive players. That time it didn't work for Daring.
So Daring's going to go for it on 4th and 9 there at the Biddeford 24. They're short an offensive lineman who rushes into the game very quickly. Langella back in the shotgun. Again, the blitz.
Screen.
If he can get it to him, gets it to Westberg, but Jason Shaw there to make the hit. No gain on the play, and Deering turns it over on downs.
Well, that whole particular series, after the first down, Eric, they go with run to Foley with only 1, and then 2 pass incompletes, and then the screen, and it really took them out. I think their offensive play scheme wasn't very well for them.
37-yard drive that took 5 minutes and 44 seconds does not result in any points, and we're going to get to the Tiger offense right after this opening play. Ben Goslin, your quarterback. Double slot formation. He gives to the fullback, Keith Rule, and he's hit hard at the line of scrimmage. And Keith, let's take a look at that Tiger offense.
Yeah, for the Tigers, Joe Pruitt center, Justin Drapo and Jamie Gagnon at your guards, tackle John Laranger and Joe Fournier, Rick Fortin is your tight end, Matt Gagney, wide receiver, Ben Goslin, your quarterback, Keith Rule, fullback, John Perry, and Joey Drapo are your halfbacks.
Okay, we'll take a look at Deering defensively in a moment. A gain of a yard on the play by Keith Rule. It'll be 2nd down and 9, and Ben Goslin's going to throw the football. Has a man open and hits John Perry in the clear for a decent pickup. Let's look at the Deering defense.
Tom Vassa, your defensive tackle, along with Mike Fullerton, Mike Nappy, and Charles
Antanasio. I should have told you that one.
Oh, boy, you really got me going here tonight. Travis McDuffie is your nose guard, Ben Barash, and Nick Jarrett, linebackers. Sean Anderson looks like you're playing linebacker or strong here, and Paul Navarro, Mike Willett are your defensive backs, along with Derek Locke as your safety. So you threw a quick one at me there. You know how I am with people's names.
We didn't have a chance to discuss that one.
We didn't talk about it at all.
Receiver down the field.
So that play will be nullified. Illegal man downfield is the call against Biddeford. So our first penalty of the game. And it's a 15-yard penalty. So it's going to bring up...
Plus loss of down?
Yes, so it'll be 3rd and 23.
Wow. Big penalty.
That's one of those mental mistakes. Goslin rolling to his left is going to run out of room and takes it out of bounds, and we're going to have a late hit. Ben Brash, one of the linebackers, hit Goslin after he was out of bounds, and the Tigers are going to get those 15 yards back.
Referee indicates personal foul against Deering.
So both teams committing a couple of early mental mistakes. And that's going to bring the Tigers back up into one of those in-between type of down and yardage situations, key 3rd and 5, where you certainly have the ability to run or throw the ball.
You haven't...
It'll be 4th down, I'm sorry.
Then they'll definitely need to kick the ball here and create a situation where...
moot point, then.
Hopefully yeah, it is a moot point. But it brings up an interesting point, and I think we'll get to it as this game progresses, what they're going to do in that 3rd down and 5-yard series occasionally.
So Nate Gagney will kick. And number 31 deep for Deering. I don't have a 31 on the roster, so Gagney to kick, and a very nice kick by Gagney. And the receiver is gobbled up by Justin Drapo. So a kick of about 35 yards by Gagney, a good kick, and Deering takes over.
Boston 10 balls at their own 40.
So the Tigers only had the ball for 1 minute and 27 seconds and committed a penalty. So Deering with the ball at their own 40, a scoreless game here. So we've got 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Langella gives to Foley out of the backfield, and Goslin and company make the tackle.
Again, we talked about it in our pregame, and it's the importance of the defense here to be playing. And if the defense doesn't respond well and really come up with some good plays, they're going to have to make some plays here to give the offense some good field position.
A pickup of 3 for Joe Foley, a junior. And there you see the defense for the Tigers. 7 returners. Promises to be a solid club defensively. Second down play coming up. A little delayed handoff to Foley. Lots of running room for Foley. First down and more. All the way into Tiger territory. And once again, Nate Gagne forced to make a tackle.
Again, Foley, good cutback. And what I've seen that is very uncharacteristic of a lot of good, solid Biddeford teams is tackling in the backfield, getting to a position where they can really make some good plays back there. They had good penetration. Foley just made a good juke move and picked up some good yardage.
First and 10 now from the Biddeford 46. Pitch to Foley, and Ben Goslin with the big hit in the backfield. It's the type of play you need, Keith, to really kind of inspire your defensive unit.
Well, defensive unit right now, I think they'll admit to it too. They're getting pushed down the football field. They need to respond. They need to come up. They know that they're the guys that need to play, to make the plays early in the season for this football team to be successful, and they need to respond now.
Loss of 3. Make it 4. Second down and 14. Straight eye with 2 wideouts. Langella wants to throw. A little bit of time. Hits a man in the clear. Not enough for the first down, but a big pickup by Westberg, the fullback.
Nate Gagne's a tackle for the Tigers.
Well, from the 49, Keith, all the way down to the 39. So it's a good 10-yard pickup.
Again, Westbrook comes out of the backfield. It's got to be picked up by a linebacker, and it looked like Drapo may have got caught in the exchange. He was the first linebacker out there, and Westbrook was wide open for that catch.
3rd and a long 3 for the Rams. 2 wideouts to the left. Langella, again, a delay to Foley.
Nice hit.
Boy, Justin Drapo. Boy, he's already made a couple of big hits in this game. Well, Joey Drapo, one of the heroes last week, scoring both the Tiger touchdowns, and it's Justin this week putting his mark on the defense.
Good penetration, good anticipation, and really that's the best thing, because right now what it does is the emotion is going Biddeford's way. Foley jumps up and tries to get in somebody's face, so what that does for him is it tries to take his focus away. He needs to stay focused, and right now he's frustrated, and he shouldn't be.
Perry and Gagne back at their 10 to receive the punt of Brian Leclerc. End over end kick, take a couple of bounces, and Perry will let it roll, and it will go deep into the Tiger territory, down to about the 6.
By number 76, Mike Fullerton for the Rams. Tigers will
Mike Fullerton downs it for Deering, and the Tigers are going to have a long way to go here with 1:49 left in the first.
Again, not a situation you want to be in, starting on your own 7-yard line with an offense that really needs to get some seasoning before they become effective from this range. And I expect them to be very conservative here, try to establish something, and if they don't, to punt the ball and hope for the defense to respond.
Ball officially marked at the 7-yard line. Drapo goes in motion as Goslin gives to John Perry on first down. And he is out just past the 10. John Perry, a returner from last year's state championship team. He is one of 4 captains on this Biddeford club this year. The 4 captains are Ben Goslin, John Perry, Justin Drapo, and Nate Gagne. Tigers, of course, champions in '93, and then champions last year with that exciting overtime win over Waterville, 35-28, the first state title game in Class A to go to overtime. 2nd down and 6. Goslin gives to Perry once again in a huge hole. Perry out to the 30. John Perry with a huge pickup. They're going to give him 21 yards on the carry, Keith.
Nice job by John. And one of the things that I wasn't being critical of John Perry last year, he seemed to me like he didn't have the foot speed that he needed to really get to the outside and to make the moves inside. That time, it looked like John Perry has really worked hard on his game, had good lateral movement, good foot speed, good acceleration, and that's a plus for that offense.
I think you can say he blew through that hole. I mean, that was a very nice piece of running.
Nice job.
30 seconds left in the first quarter. Tigers, 1st and 10 from their own 32. Goslin looking for Gagne and knocked down by big Mike Fullerton.
Tigers will have 2nd and 10, balls at their own 32.
Fullerton, I think, heads and shoulders above, size-wise, the rest of those defensive players for Deering, and he got his mitts up there.
He's a big guy.
He is a senior, fairly experienced crew. They start 8 seniors defensively for this Deering club. 21 seconds left in the opening quarter. 2nd and 10 play. Goslin pitches to Joey Drapo. Lost his footing a little bit. And taken down in the backfield, Mike Willett in on the tackle for Deering. And that may be the final play of the first quarter. A couple seconds left here. And that officially is it. So a scoreless first quarter of action from Waterhouse Field. The 2-time defending state champion Biddeford Tigers, nothing, and the Deering Rams, nothing. Keith and I back with the second quarter right after these messages.
What are you doing?
I got a great deal on this paint.
You're putting this cheap stuff on my house?
Uh-oh.
And don't you need primer?
I do?
Go to the Benjamin Moore dealer.
Stop by Benjamin Moore and let us shed some light on your next painting project and show you some of the best paint values available.
Don't paint in the dark. Go to your Benjamin Moore dealer.
The most important item you'll ever possess is your health, and even though everyone knows it, most are too lazy or ashamed to do anything about it. Liberty Gym and Health Club is aware of this and has been helping people like you achieve a healthier, happier way of life since opening. Let the experienced staff help you do what's best for you, whether you're 8 or 80, athlete or couch potato, you can power train, sports condition, or get personal training. No matter what shape you're in, Liberty Gym can help make it better, because better bodies are their business.
Head coach Brian Curett walking the sidelines here. His team locked in a scoreless game here as we start the second quarter of play from Waterhouse Field in Biddeford. Coach Curett in his 2nd season, a state champion a year ago. Once again, I'm Eric Nelson along with Keith Trefethen and Steve Twombly on camera. Keith and I joined up for our 8th year, and Keith, just always real exciting to come back here.
It's just like a marriage. We've been together for 8 years. We got past that 7-year stretch, and now we're into the 8th year. We've got smooth sailing for a while now, Eric.
Longer than most marriages, right?
That's a fact.
Tigers will have the football to start the second quarter. They'll be faced with a 3rd down and 10 from their own 32-yard line. So mention the Tigers 1-0, Deering 0-1 coming into this game. And Goslin's going to throw on 3rd down. Rolling to his left, under pressure, underthrows Nate Gagne. So for the 2nd time in the game, the Tigers will be forced to punt. And the Tigers, Keith, unofficially through the first quarter, time of possession, Deering 8 minutes and 44 seconds, Biddeford just 3 minutes and 16 seconds. That's a big number.
You're just not going to win football games like that. I think they realize it and they need to do something about it. And things that we've noticed right off here is that they seem flat. They don't seem the motivated team that we've seen in the past, with the exception of Justin Drapo showing some emotion and motivation out there. This team thrives on emotion, and they need to get it and get it quickly.
Gagne kicking to Brash off the side of his foot a little bit, takes a Deering bounce, and it'll be down by John Perry just on the Deering side of the 50. So a 20-yard punt for Nate Gagne, and the Rams will take over once again just 15 seconds into the second quarter of play. So we'll take a look at what Nick Langella can do with his club here. Had a long drive to start the game that resulted in a punt, and then turned it over on downs the next time. Perry, or Foley, a big run. Foley all the way to the 35.
Again, nobody's touching him through the whole line of scrimmage. He's getting no hands on him until he gets past the line of scrimmage. And that time, he was a good 15 yards down the field before somebody finally stepped up and put a hand on him.
Mike LeBlanc into the game defensively for the Tigers, number 12, 5'8", 160-pound junior, coming in to play one of those end positions for the Tigers. So a first down for Deering. Langella to the fullback, Westberg, and he's got some running room. And Gagne takes him down near another Deering first down. They're just running the ball at will.
Tackle to tackle right now, having a lot of strength inside and taking advantage of it. And he picks up 9, almost another first down, Eric. Biddeford needs to come up with some plays, some big plays right here. I expect, you know, unless they short circuit again, Deering is running the ball so well, they should continue to run the ball until Biddeford stops them.
Second and a short one. Langella straight ahead. That's enough for the first down. And that's a play that Deering not afraid to run, Keith. I think that's maybe the third time we've seen that QB sneak.
Well, you know, the first time they run it, they get 12 yards on it. The second time they pick up another first down, and here they pick up a first down. So, you know, it's helped them a little bit. They're getting good line surge up front. And right now they're dominating the line of scrimmage.
First and 10. Ball perched on the Tiger 24. It's the deepest penetration by Deering in this game. Foley. Foley with room. Foley looking toward the end zone with Perry. Foley got him down at the 1. A great run by Joe Foley, 23 yards, all the way to just about the goal line.
Good run again, nobody on him. And then he's got that good cut, he's got good acceleration, cut back a little bit, picked up that good yardage almost into the end zone. It looks like Deering's going to take a timeout here.
And they will. They take their first timeout with 9 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first half. And Brian Curett can't be happy with his defensive performance, Keith. There's some huge holes being carved out.
Not at all. He can't be pleased with that group right now at all, because that is his mainstay the beginning of the season. 7 starters coming back, as we talked about, and they're really going to be relying on that defense to perform, and right now they're just not performing.
Yeah, and the offense hasn't had much of a chance to do anything, Keith. They've had the ball for 2 drives and haven't really gotten anything out of it. So the problem twofold here is the defense is on the field a lot too.
Yeah, the young offense starts on the 25 of their own 25, and they start on it again on the 7. So, you know, it doesn't give you much when you don't have good field position to start with.
Right, just 1 first down, the long run by John Perry. So Deering will have first and goal from the 1. They're going to go out of a wishbone backfield. Wideouts to both sides. Langella gives to Foley, and he's in for the touchdown. Deering is on the board first with 9:45 left in the first half. 6-0 Deering off of the 1-yard run by Joe Foley, and after the extra point, we'll recap the drive for you. It was a short and quick drive, only took 2 minutes off of the clock. And we'll get to the particulars right after this as Mike Fullerton is on to attempt the point after touchdown. High snap, it's down, and the kick is good.
Yeah, Eric, 5 plays, 51 yards, with Foley doing most of the running for them, number 25, and just doing an outstanding job. And again, dominating the line of scrimmage, and that's the key right now.
Fullerton's point after gives Deering a 7-0 lead, 9:45 left in the first half. And just the second TD of the year for Deering. They only scored once against Waterville a week ago, and they lost 27-6. And tell you, Coach Bill Leroy was really concerned about his offense coming into this game because they did not perform well last week. And boy, he's got to be very pleased with what he's seen in a quarter and a half.
Here at Waterhouse, you got to give the opposition down by 7 to start any game here, and right now it's if you look at that, you say they're playing even up, but the things that I'm not seeing right now from the Tigers are making the adjustments they need to make to stop the run, and any type of emotion at all to fire that football team up. It's going to have to come from the leaders out there on the field, and it's just not there early in this game.
Fullerton to kick for Deering. John Perry back at his 15. Squib kick that Joey Drapo will take at the 17. And he's got a hole. Cuts it up, Drapo to the 40. Can he sprint through? Boy, Drapo all the way to midfield. Big kick return, well over 30 yards for Joey Drapo.
That's what they need. They need to thrive on that. This young offense right now needs to take that emotion and try to get back to basics. Biddeford's good when they run out of the wishbone and they run the dive play to the fullback and they run off the halfbacks that way. Let's see if they get back to that and see if they can get something going.
They'll start on the Deering 49-yard line. Perry in motion as Goslin gives to Drapo on first down, and he spins for maybe a yard.
Tackle for Deering by number 62, Travis McDuffie.
Travis McDuffie making the stop for Deering. Next week for Deering, they host Noble, as the Knights have moved up to Class A this year. And next week for the Tigers, they are at home for game number 3 of the season as they host the Massabesic Mustangs, and Keith and I will be here to bring you all the action. 2nd down and 9. Goslin throwing long, incomplete.
Thrown into double coverage. Really threw up a lame duck in that situation. Lucky he didn't get intercepted. Tough play to be running there. When you haven't established anything, you come up and trying to go for all the goal on a long play. You need to get back to basics, guys. Start running some football.
Well defensed by Deering. Rick Fortin, the tight end, was the intended receiver on the play, and he was well covered by the Deering defense. So 3rd down and 9 is what greets the Tigers. Shoa goes wide to the left, Gagne wide to the top of your screen. Goslin again is going to throw to Gagne, intercepted. And Gagne makes the tackle as the play is intercepted by Paul Navarro. Steps in front of Gagne, and we've got our first turnover of the game. So no return on the interception, but the Tigers give the ball back, and the offense, to say the least, has kind of sputtered tonight, Keith.
So far they have. They're lucky to only be down 7-0. It could be 14-0 at this point.
Foley, straight up the middle, gets a couple. The Biddeford possessions on offense so far, to kind of illustrate a point we're trying to make: 1 minute and 27 seconds, 2 minutes and 4 seconds, and 1 minute and 20 seconds. And that's not a lot of time for your offense to be on the field.
Yeah, and you've had probably 10 plays, and 4 of them have been passes. You haven't established anything yet.
2nd down and 7. Langella to the fullback Westberg, and he gets maybe a yard in there. So the Tiger defense now doing a decent job. They've held Deering decently on a couple of plays.
That brings up that infamous 3rd down and 5. You're like in no man's land. Can you get a running play? It's going to get you 5 yards, or are you going to go with a little short pass? I think a lot of times teams look at the pass situation here, a little slant, something to pick up the 5 yards.
Langella in the shotgun, and he will throw the football. Everybody's coming, and he hits his intended receiver. But Gagne may have made a 1st down saving tackle on Brian Leclerc.
Nice play.
Yeah, they will be short. I don't think the Deering staff really likes the spot, as it'll leave them a solid yard short of a 1st down.
No, he definitely, the receiver definitely did not cross the 40. He turned before he got to the 40, and he should have gone a little bit longer before he received that ball.
That's something the receiver has to be aware of. Where is that 1st down line? So Deering calls a timeout here with 7:02 remaining in the 1st half. We will stay with the action. That is the 2nd Deering timeout. And interesting what they'll decide to do here on 4th and 1.
Oh, I think they're going to go back to either quarterback sneaker they've had success on in short yardage situations, go for the 1st down, or they're going to give it to Foley, who's I don't think has got stopped for less than a yard. Yeah, maybe one play with Drapo come up and stopped him, but he's been a positive yardage guy early in the game. So, you know, and it looks like they're running behind some pretty big guys up front. And with that, a lot of times you see him running behind Fullerton. Mike's a pretty big guy, and I think they like to run behind him.
And they've decided to punt the football. Leclerc will come on and kick. Biddeford with 10 men at the line of scrimmage.
Look for fake here.
Pressure, and he gets off a wobbly kick, but takes a very favorable Deering bounce and will be spotted at the Tiger 29. So that's where Biddeford will take over.
I guess I'm a little surprised at that play. Team has been doing pretty well, even though you're deep in there. Perhaps you don't want to give Biddeford any emotion at all, and you punt the ball away. I'm a little surprised, Eric, but to Biddeford's advantage right now, they get the ball back.
1st and 10 for Biddeford. Misdirection to Drapo, and Drapo spins for 3 or 4. Joey Drapo, the younger brother of Justin Drapo. There are a number of brothers on this team. The Levasseurs are brothers. Probably missing someone else, but certainly names from the past. John Laranger, the younger brother of Joel Laranger. Keith Rule, the younger brother of Scott Rule. So a lot of family ties on this team, as they have with every team, as Perry is hit hard in the backfield by Fullerton.
Defensive playing for Deering by number 76, Mike Fullerton.
Just great. Fullerton's playing one heck of a game tonight. They're running behind him, playing great defense up front. Really, really physical kind of kid, and he's getting the job done.
3rd down and 6 coming up for the Tigers. 5:35 left in the 1st half. Deering leads this one by the score of 7-0. Double slot. Goslin to throw. Has time. Looks over the middle. Hits. Oh, he hit his man. But the usually sure-handed Nate Gagne dropped the ball. That is very unusual, Keith.
Yeah, the ball's there. He had a good slant. We got a hold on the play, so it would have been a move point anyway. But still, you know, when you want things to go your way, they're not happening.
Maybe it's just as well. It was a holding call against Biddeford on the play that was declined by Deering, which forces Biddeford into a punting situation, which I believe is their 3rd punt of the afternoon. Their offensive possessions have been punt, punt, interception, punt. Is how it's gone so far. Gagne to kick. Nice snap, plenty of time, and booms one. Excellent kick. Oh, and a nice hit by Chol Ho Choi. So the Rams will take over at the 38-yard line. Crowd extolling the defense here. Foley, nice tackle in the backfield by the Tigers' Eric Lavasser, number 32, a senior.
Good penetration that time. That was a slow developing play. Biddeford was able to really get good penetration, find the ball, and make some play.
Deering leads 7-0. They took the lead on a 1-yard touchdown run by Joe Foley with 9:45 left here in the second quarter. Second down and 11. Langella, straight drop, blitz, over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Derek Locke.
On the defense for Biddeford was number 41, Joey Travel.
Here you got to look for something, not so much of a screen, but something where you've got an athlete out there who can make a play, who can get the ball maybe at 6 or 7 yard gain and then try to do something with it to pick up that first down. I don't see a long pass. I see something short and then trying something to happen.
Shotgun on 3rd and 11. He's going to go deep.
Oh!
Carrying out for Daniels, who is open. Oh, and he just overthrew him. Tyrone Daniels had a foot on the field, but the pass was a yard overthrown. Wow, that could have been 6.
Well, you know, I sit here and watch that. You got to be mindful of the fact that they got to get beyond the 50, or, well, pretty close to the 50 to get a first down. All right. So you can't be baited for that little turn in about the 45, knowing that he's going to pick up the rest of it. If he doesn't go all the way, you can't bite. You've got to stay back. That time they got lucky and the ball got overthrown.
Perry back at the 30 to receive the kick. And it's Brian Leclerc who will do the kicking. Just gets it off under some pressure, and again, it's off the side of his foot, and the Tigers will get good field position out at the 41.
Well, with the exception of starting on the Deering 49 to start the second quarter, this is their best field position to start a series. So let's see what they can do with it.
3:59 left in the first half. Deering leading 7-0.
They had good luck with that slant pass. Gagne dropped the ball, but it was there. So look for something like that to come back again.
Tight formation there. Goslin running the option, keeps the football. And he is dragged down by Fullerton and a host of Deering tacklers. And Goslin picked up a yard on the play.
Second and 9, ball to the roll, 33. Correction, 43-yard line.
Gagne and Fortin bringing in the play for the Tigers. Second down and 9. Goslin pitches to Perry. Perry gets out past the 45 before he's ridden out of bounds by Garrett and Brash. And they're going to mark that all the way up at the 47, a pickup of 4.
again, I think Biddeford has in their repertoire those short, quick passes, sort of timing pass that needs to be delivered on like a 2 or 3 step drop and really delivered quickly. They have it, and this is a perfect example where they could use that. They haven't run the ball that successfully. I look for that quick pass.
3rd down and a long 3. Drapo in motion. Goslin gives to Perry and stopped at the line of scrimmage. And this time coming up to make the tackle for Deering is number 62, Nick Garrett, who is shaken up on the play. Gets up slowly, but he's going to stay in the lineup apparently. So no, he's not. He's going to take himself out. Fourth and 3, Nate Gagne to punt once again. This will be the 4th punt, almost too many men on the field for Deering, as Gagne kicks a line drive, and it's covered by the return man, Navarro. It was close. Man was running off the field at the last moment.
They're not going to get that call. They want that call, Eric. Don't get me wrong. They need something to get the edge. But they're not going to get that call. I mean, the kid was making an absolute, wasn't looking to stop or anything, moved right across the field, and it might have been close, but they're not going to get that call right now.
4 punts this half for the Tigers, which is really unusual. 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Deering will start from the 24. Langella hands off to Foley. Boy, and Ben Goslin right there to make the hit. Tell you, Goslin, Drapo, and Gagne have been the guys holding up the defense.
You know, there's your leadership, but they need to get something going. These guys need to start patting these other guys on the back, start yelling and screaming at them, and get them motivated to make some plays here. And they got to get the energy level up a little bit. I know they got the athletes out there. Just seems to be down just a little bit in their emotion status.
1:45 left in the half. A loss of 2 in the play. It'll be 2nd and 12. Langella again to Foley, and they stack him up. Jason Shaw in on the play, along with number 34, Joel Casavant.
Well, that's when, you know, right now, time's running out. You say to yourself, hey, look, guys, we're starting to get to these guys. We've got better conditioning. We're better motivated to beat these guys. Let's stay focused.
1:34 left in the half, and we're going to take a break here on Game of the Week. Timeout on the field. We'll return with Deering leading Biddeford 7-0.
Banking at the ocean, banking at the ocean.
For more than 135 years, Ocean National Bank has been an independent community bank, committed to preserving the quality of life in York County. That's why money deposited in Ocean National is invested with local York County families and businesses. If you want to invest in your community, bank with Ocean National.
Banking at the ocean, banking at the ocean.
Today's Game of the Week is being brought to you by the Agunquit House of Pizza on Route 1. Eat in or take out pizza, subs, pasta, salads, calzones, and dinners, all made fresh daily. Call 646-1386. And by Howe's, the Floor Store, Route 1 in Wells, featuring a large inventory of quality broadloom carpeting, oriental rugs, and ceramic tiles. Installation available. Call 646-2071. By Maximilian's Restaurant and Pub across from the Wells Plaza. They are now serving breakfast and dinner. You deserve good food and reasonable prices. Get it at Max's. And by the York House of Pizza, Route 1A, across from the Village Fire Station. They've been serving the town of York for over 16 years. Come try their great pizza and delicious subs.
3rd and 12 after the Biddeford timeout. Just over 1.5 minutes remaining in the first half of action. Shotgun formation. Langella has a man wide open. Daniels holds on to the football at the 35 and makes a cut He could be off to the races. There's the block. Daniels to the 30, to the 20. Touchdown, Deering. Tyrone Daniels. And Nate Gagne shaken up on the play, and the Tigers stunned by that long touchdown run, well over 70 yards. "78 yards unofficially on the touchdown run, or pass and run. And Deering up 13-0.
Deering will be number 76, Mike Fullerton. Holding is number 14, Paul Navarro.
Fullerton for the extra point.
Kick is good.
Sneaks in. Sneaks in under the uprights.
Biddeford, nothing.
So 1:19 left in the half, and it's Deering 14, Biddeford nothing. Mike Fullerton ready to tee it up here. A stunned Waterhouse crowd as the Tigers trail 14-0. A 78-yard pass play from Nick Langella to Tyrone Daniels. With time winding down in the half has given Deering a big 14-0 lead. I'd like to remind all our viewers to tune into Sportlight every Wednesday and Thursday at 7 o'clock here on Channel 12, where we'll talk about the Tigers and all kinds of other high school sports in our area. That's Wednesday and Thursday at 7 o'clock right here on Channel 12. Fullerton over Drapo's head, and it stays in bounds, so he has to field it at the 6. And Drapo gets out to about the 15, so the Tigers have to do some soul searching at halftime. Not too many instances in the last few years, Keith, where they're going to go into the locker room down by 2 scores.
No, this is when, you know, early in the season, you know, they're getting a reality check right now. Last year is gone. This is a whole new year. This team needs to thrive on its own, and nothing else is going to, you know, bring it up but itself. So they need to respond, and respond big.
1:15 left in the half. They go to the fullback rule. One of his first carries since the opening carry of the Tigers offense tonight. They give it to him, and he gets about 5.
Second and 5. Balls at their own 18.
You know, at this juncture, they'll give Rule those carries inside, because they know they're not going to get beat by that for an easy touchdown. Need to look down the field and float it.
Goslin with a head fake. Goslin running with the football. Ben Goslin, nice job. Close to a first down, but time is running out here on the Tigers in the first half. Just 33 seconds left. And it's good enough for a first down, and Biddeford does call time.
Timeout, Biddeford.
Both teams using a pair of timeouts in the first half of play. And we'd like to remind you of our Game of the Week coverage next week here on Channel 12. We will be here at Waterhouse Field for the Tigers game against the Mustangs from Massabesic. And also next week on Channel 12, depending on what community you live in, we'll be covering the Lake Region versus York football game, and also the Scarborough versus Wells girls soccer game as we start another exciting high school sports season here on Channel 12, bringing you roughly 65 high school sporting events from September all the way through the end of the school year and next June. So we've got a lot of solid programming on during the week for you. We've added a new program to the lineup, being produced by Steve Twombly, called Discovering the Arts, which can be seen Thursday at 6:30 here on Channel 12, plus along with our regular schedule, County Roads, Another Look, Wiser Now, Sportlight, Game of the Week, all those programs coming your way right here on the Channel 12 schedule, along with Crime Watch. How can we forget? 1st and 10 after the timeout. Goslin to throw. And hits Drapo. And who ran the right route?
No,
Both
they were
guys
looking
there at the same time.
I think they were looking to flea flick the ball.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Was Gagne looking for the football?
Yeah, I think
okay.
Gagne was going to get the ball flipped to him, and they were going to try to do something with it.
Maybe I think Drapo got hit pretty quickly after he got the ball, which might have made it difficult.
Ball's at their own 31.
Tigers used their final time out of the half with 27 seconds left. And that was a pickup of 8 yards on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 2. So we certainly hope you do tune into a lot of the other programs we have to offer on Channel 12 during the course of the week. Crime Watch, very successful in helping to prevent crime and showing you what a lot of local law enforcement agencies do in the area. And of course, Another Look is a public affairs talk show. Wiser Now is a program geared toward senior citizens. County Roads, of course, a staple in its 10th season on Channel 12, seen every Monday and Tuesday at 7. So check it out and find out. 2nd down and 2. Goslin goes toward the sideline. Gagne, is he inbounds? He is inbounds and gets out of bounds. So the clock stops with just 22 seconds left.
Biddeford will have 1st and 10. Ball's at their own 41.
And quickly they're going to put it down. Quickly calling another play here. Goslin again going to throw. Goslin, lots of time, and he runs it out of bounds. And we do get a whistle here on a late hit. Goslin hit past the sideline. He's going to give him a chance at a Hail Mary here, Keith, with 15 seconds left.
Yeah, they're in a situation now. They need to. They're picking away, doing a few things. Now they need to go for the whole enchilada here with 15 seconds left. They need to go down the field and see if they can get something going.
It seems like this sense of urgency has helped the offense a little bit. They're running some better plays here.
The Ram 45.
So 1st and 10 from the Deering 45 with 15 seconds left in the half. Goslin, only 3 men rush, dumps it off to Drapo, who gets out of bounds. Yeah, good time management so far. That play only took 4 seconds.
Well, I think what's happening right now is that you can see that Ben Goslin is a little more he's stronger and more confident rolling to his left, throwing that side as opposed to going the opposite side.
Quick play call on 2nd and 4.
You're going to watch it. You're going to see it go.
Goslin had Gagne open. Of course, the clock stopping. That one taking 5 seconds as they picked up apparently enough for the 1st down. Yes, they did. I think it was 6 seconds. This may be it, Keith.
Well, what you're going to see now, I can tell you, Deering needs to stay back because you're going to see the turnout and then the go. He's going to fake him once with the turnout, then he's going to go, and we'll see what happens here.
1st and 10, 6 seconds left from the 34. Goslin, head fake, has time, launches it toward the end zone. Perry is back there, and it's incomplete. And the 1st half comes to a close. As we take a look at the Channel 12 scoreboard after 2 quarters of play here from Waterhouse Field, the 2-time defending state champion Tigers find themselves behind to the Deering Rams by the score of 14-0. Keith and I back with the 2nd half of action after these messages.
Fortune Center, the sport in you.
Welcome to Jim's Cafe Inc., the new joint in Biddeford, serving lunch and dinner Monday through Friday and a knockout breakfast all day for only $2.99. You're going to be floored by the half-pound burgers, ultimate fries, and homemade chilies. Wednesday night, it's open mic from 8 to 11, and Friday and Saturday, they're open till 3 a.m. with hot food, hotter entertainment, and BYOB. Bring your own bod, bring your own bottle, but be there.
Back at Waterhouse Field before the start of the second half, Deering leading Biddeford 14-0. Eric Nelson with Keith Trefethen, Steve Twombly on cameras. The Tigers warm up before the start of the half. Keith, let's take a look at our halftime stats.
Yeah, we'll look at the Deering Rams, the visitors here tonight. In the first half, they had 8 first downs. They rushed the ball for 82 yards, 4 for 9 for passing for 111 yards, and most of that coming on that 178-yard TD pass. For a total yardage of 193 yards. They had 30 yards in penalties and no turnovers. For the Tigers, they had 3 first downs, 26 yards rushing the ball, 4 for 9 in the passing category for 42 yards. They had a total of 68 yards in total offense, 15 yards in penalties, and 1 turnover.
So even if you take the 78-yard pass play away, Deering has still outgained Biddeford almost 2-1 in total yardage. In time of possession, an interesting stat in the first half. 14 minutes and 44 seconds of possession time for Deering, just 9:16 for Biddeford. So unless you're making big plays, you're going to have to control the ball a little bit more, and that's something that the Tigers, I think, are going to concentrate on here in the second half. As you may notice near the 40-yard line, Nate Gagne getting his left wrist in hand taped prior to the start of this half. Remember, he took a hit on that touchdown. He's a guy you got to have healthy.
Yeah, you certainly do. You know, he's got good hands, and now he's got one bandaged up a little bit. But you know, this is a gut-wrenching, character-building type of half here for the Tigers. Win, lose, or draw, they need to come out and be positive. They need to make plays. They need to create turnovers, and that's when Biddeford is their best. When they're creating the action, when they're bringing it to somebody else. And they need to gather that again and bring that back. So let's see what happens here in the second half.
And I think we saw some good signs at the end of the half for the Tigers for that little 2-minute drill that got them into Deering territory, but then eventually running out of time. But boy, you can't say enough about how good a half of football Deering has played. They've got to be extremely happy with the defensive effort, and offensively, they're moving the football, Keith. They're able to run. They're able to throw. It's everything working well for them.
You know, I'm not taking anything away from the Deering folks and their fine young football team. The guys are here to play. I think the second half now, they're really motivated. They're up 14-0. I think they feel that they can beat this football team right here tonight, and will come out highly motivated. It's going to take an effort for the Tigers, I think, to turn the emotion around onto their side of the field.
And Biddeford will get the football to start the second half of play. There was a little bit of a mist that did come down at halftime. I'm not sure if it'll affect the field at all, only for a few minutes. Forecast was maybe for a little rain later tonight. Hopefully that will hold off. So Mike Fullerton to kick off for the Rams. Back deep is John Perry.
The freshman BHS football team beat Sanford 20-18.
So Fullerton sets it up on its side at the 40. Does not kick it in conventional style. And the second half is underway. A squibber that's picked up by an up back near the 30-yard line. He's got some room. And then taken down after a pickup of about 3. That's Ben Fogg, a sophomore, who returned that kick for the Tigers. Offensively for Biddeford, Ben Goslin, your quarterback, Keith Rule, your fullback, Joey Drapple and John Perry are your tailbacks. Joe Pruz, your center, Justin Drapple and Jamie Gagnon, your guards. John Loranger and Joe Fournier are your tackles. Joe Fournier, the younger brother of Ben Fournier, who graduated a few years ago. Gagnon and Fortin are your receivers. Perry on first down, no gain. A lot of football left. It's very unusual to see a Tiger team go scoreless through a half of play.
We haven't seen a lot of scoreless opportunities at all, Eric, in many Biddeford teams in the 8 years that we've been here.
Second down. Goslin pitches to Perry. Puts it up against the grain. Picks up 2 or 3 on the play. Garrett making the tackle for Deering. Defensively for the Rams, out of a 52 alignment, Travis McDuffie is your nose guard. Mike Fullerton and Tom Vaca are your tackles. Mike Nappy and Charlie Athanasio are your ends. Your linebackers, Nick Garrett and Brent Bash. Your defensive backs, Sean Anderson and Paul Navarro. And your safeties are Mike Willett and Derek Locke. A minute and a half into the second half. Tigers now with a 3rd down and 6. Goslin has Gagne open, incomplete. Pass thrown a little low, and remember that Gagne has the left hand heavily taped.
Tigers will have 4th and 7. Balls at their own 38.
And they are going to be forced to punt.
Yeah, gone to John Perry for 2 plays, pick up 4 yards, come back to Gagne on a slant pattern, and a little bit underthrown, I think, for him to really come up with it. You have to make a great play to come up with that ball. And now he's back to make that punt.
Excuse me, Keith. Punt number 5 of the game for Gagne, and that's a nice one.
Look up.
Takes a bounce and down by Jason Shaw.
By the Tigers, number 72.
So it's 3 and out for the Tiger offense as we start the second half.
10 balls at their own 34.
Well, we talked about it, Eric. They need to thrive on their defense. This is where these guys, they get the ball in the 33. They need to keep Deering to no first downs, get them to punt the ball, try to come up with some big plays here. Make something happen.
Deering will start from the 34-yard line. Nick Langella, your quarterback. Jim Westberg and Joe Foley are your running backs. And Langella gives to Foley on first down, who had a good first half. And he's taken down by Jason Shaw after a pickup of about 1. On the offensive line for Deering, Nick Garrett is your center. Your guards are Travis McDuffie and Brian McElhinney. Your tackles are Mike Fullerton and Matt Miller. Tight end is Brian Leclerc, and your wideouts Paul Navarro and Derek Locke. Tyrone Daniels also in the game right now for Deering, who broke that big touchdown late in the first half. Give is to the fullback and no gain.
Right now, it looks like Biddeford's pinching inside, moving some people around a little bit, making something happen inside, in sort of forcing Deering to go to the outside a little bit here and see if they got any speed to go to the outside against the Tigers.
The Rams now faced with 3rd and 8. 3 minutes into the second half. If you just joined us, Deering leading Biddeford 14-0. Shotgun formation. Langella with time overthrows the intended receiver Foley. So Deering will turn it over on the punt, so the Tiger defense does a job.
They did a nice job there. Now you come up with a punt situation. You got to try to get a player who is a little bit in a situation where he doesn't mind a little bit of contact inadvertently, needs to get underneath the ball and try to create something happen here. Gagne and Perry need to try to get someplace where they can set up a return here and try to get something going special teams.
High snap, flag on the play. Kick will take a Deering hop out of bounds near the 35, but we'll have to wait to see what the flag indicates.
Almost like the flag and the position, perhaps an offsides on Deering.
Dave Allen is the referee. Illegal procedure on the offense. So will the Tigers have them kick it again, or will they take the football? And the early indication is they will decline. Just Drapo conferring. And
I'd have them punt that thing again. But it looks like they're going to decline it. They're going to take it where they got it.
It was an average punt, nothing spectacular. And the Tigers will start with the football at their own 36.
Tigers will start first to 10. Ball will be at their own 37.
So the Tigers' second possession second half. Wishbone formation. Goslin gives to Drapo. Big hole. Oh, boy. Drapo face masked and hurt. It was inadvertent by Garrett. And that will be a big one, I believe. You could tell Garrett didn't mean it, Keith. It's just one of those things that happens.
Right. He's reaching out, trying to grab something, and Drapo's face mask just seemed to be the first thing he grabbed. Those things happen, and that's why they have the penalty.
Yep, and fortunately, Drapo is okay. Yes. 1st and 10 now from the Deering 45. Goslin looking for Choi, intercepted. Choi fell down, and it's picked up by a defensive back with some running room. Cuts it back, and Deering with the football. The interception by Mike Willett. The second Tiger turnover of the game.
Again, the pass being thrown by Gaza, but nobody looking for the ball. No adjustment, no nothing. Deering in zone coverage, the deep back just sort of just read the ball instead of the player, so they got good field position to start on the turnover.
Navarro with an interception now. Willett with an interception. From the 47, Foley is tackled by Rick Fortin, number 20.
Deering has 2nd and 8 balls at its own 49.
Defensively, we didn't get to the Tigers defensively in the second half, but Shaw and Livermore, your tackles. Lamb and Goslin, your ends. Your backers are Drapo, Fortin, Lavasser, and Russo. Drapo, Perry, and Gagne, your defensive backs. So Choi, Perry, and Gagne. Langella, Lamb in pursuit, can't get to him. Langella actually picked up a yard or so before he went out of bounds. I think Deering wanted a late hit on that play.
Looking for it. Doesn't look like they're going to get it, though.
Todd Lamb, just a sophomore. Good pursuit by the Tigers that time. So Deering will have 3rd down and about 7.
Look for a pass play here.
Just over midfield.
Third down play from the 50. Again, the shotgun. Langella with lots of time. Looks for his man and hits him. Navarro very close to a 1st down as Perry makes the tackle.
Navarro. Tackle for the Tigers was by number 25, John Perry.
Again, it's going to depend on the spot. Dave Allen will call the chains out. 6:57 left in the 3rd here from Waterhouse Field in Biddeford. You're watching TCI of Southern Maine sports coverage of Game of the Week. Deering leading Biddeford 14-0. Glad you could join us on Game of the Week. Join us every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7:30 here on Channel 12 for exciting high school sporting action. As that will be a 1st down.
Really soft zone that time, Eric, giving them plenty of room to make the turn and pick up the 1st down again. I think Biddeford needs to be physical. They need to challenge these players. If you're going to beat me, you're going to have to beat me deep. I'm going to be in your face, and I'm going to put some pressure on you. So let's see what happens.
1st and 10 from the 42. The fullback, Westberg. Gagne gets him at the 35.
Carrier for Deering was number 45, Jim Westberg. tackle for the Tigers was by
It's safe to say that the Tigers are going to need to stop this drive, because if they go down by 3 scores, it's going to be an awful big hill to climb.
I think if they go down by 3, and I'll go on a limb, I think if they go down by 3, this game, for all intents and purposes, is over. I don't think they have the offensive firepower this early in the season to come back from that kind of deficit.
And Deering trying to put that score on the board. Langella slips one tackle, but then Gagne gets him behind the line of scrimmage.
Tackle for the Tigers in front of a named Gagne. Rams will have third and a long 5.
So it's a big down here for both clubs as we get close to the halfway mark here in the third quarter. Third and a long 5. Foley, first down and more. Joe Foley down to the 26. And the Deering drive continues.
With number 25, John Perry, but Deering has first and 10 there at the Tiger 22.
Nice job again by Foley. Good blocking up front for the Deering Rams, and he just picks his way through there. And he gets some great running there by Foley.
First and 10 from the 27. Langella again to the fullback, and Justin Drapo with an excellent play.
Deering with number 45, Jim Westberg. Tackle for the Tigers was by number 60, Justin Drapo. Rams have second and a long 11. They're just inside the Tiger 30.
John Livermore back into the game for Biddeford. This drive now almost 3.5 minutes long. Langella, play fake. Gets hit as he throws it. It's up there. Incomplete. And Deering obviously wanting interference there, but Langella just got hit as he threw the ball.
Nice throw by Langella, but again, they're looking for the pass interference play, and that's a tough one to call. I think in all players going after the ball, I don't see it there. Now, if you throw on second, you're definitely going to throw on third.
Yep. Shotgun on 3rd and 11. High snap. Langella, nice job getting it. Throws toward the end zone. Daniels! Touchdown, Deering. 20-0 Rams.
That's a situation there where you're going one-on-one and you think that you've got the speed to beat somebody deep. And again, they come back with almost the same play, but this time out of shotgun, Eric, and get the job done into the end zone for a touchdown.
With a 34-yard touchdown strike, Keith?
Yes.
Fullerton on to attempt the extra point.
Will be number 76, Mike Sullivan. Holding is number 14, Paul Navarro.
Kick is good. And with 4 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the third quarter, the Deering Rams in control here, leading the two-time defending state champion Tigers 21-0. Now, Keith, we saw them come back in the state game a year ago, and it'd take a monumental effort like that to make up 3 touchdowns in 16 minutes of play, considering how they've played so far.
Right. That's what I was going to get at. You know, they haven't shown the ability to do any of those things that last year's team, with that great comeback, were able to do. Again, early in the season, still trying to filter out who's going to play where and what you've got for personnel. and those kinds of things. But it's clear to me, early in the season, they're lacking the motivation that I think they need, particularly at this level, playing at home. Secondly, it's also clear that they don't have the speed that they've had in the past. And with that long pass that time, just outrunning twice in a row, almost the same play, they're just telling you to play, just outrun people. And that's exactly what he does. He gets a touchdown. Team speed isn't there that we've been accustomed to see here at Biddeford.
Fullerton to kick once again. Again, a squibber. Gagne lets it roll out of bounds. So the Tigers probably take it, or they make him kick it again. And they will not. They will take the ball at the 35, rule instituted a year ago. So that's where they will have the football with 4:14 left. That drive, 3:44 in length for Deering. Long way to go for the Tigers, down 21-0. Goslin's going to throw. Incomplete. And intended for John Perry, and almost another interception for Paul Navarro.
On the defense for Deering is number 14, Paul Navarro. The Tigers will have second and 10.
Don't forget, next week, Keith and I will be here for the game against Massabesic between the Tigers and the Mustangs. And as of right now, we intend on taping the rest of the regular season for the Tigers. The only game possibly in doubt is the field trip to Marshwood. We are still out there trying to drum up advertising dollars and support, but again this year it has been extremely difficult to get that. Goslin throwing, man open. Perry catches it at the 45. First down. And really just the second big play of the game for the Tigers. Perry's run in the first half in this one.
Right. That's about all we've seen out of them, but that's the kind of thing you need. You need to chunk off some major yardage in a short amount of time. That was a good play in that they showed that almost the fade, the curl out to the sidelines. Then he goes up the sidelines, and we've seen that happen with the Tigers before, where they pick up some good yardage.
20-plus yards on the pass play. Flag. Goslin knocked down and intercepted, but have to wait for the penalty flag. It was intercepted by Mike Willett, his second pickoff.
Flag on the play.
If it's against Biddeford, I think the play would stand, and we've got an interception. Illegal procedure declined, and Deering will take over the football.
And Deering will take over first and 10. Ball at their own 36.
3 interceptions tonight for Deering. Mike Willett with 2 of them.
Well, now we see what kind of fans we have here. We're going to see how many will leave now with that interception, but they all seem to be staying. And boy, I'll tell you, I like seeing that if they're going to stay, because the good, the bad, you got to motivate your team and stay with them, and let's see what happens.
So the last 2 Tiger possessions resulting in interceptions. 3:08 remaining in the third quarter of play. 21-0 Deering. Langella, he's going to throw. Lofts it up deep, and that's just too far. Perry staying right with Daniels that time, and that falls incomplete.
Pass was intended for number 29, Tyrone Daniels. Rams will have third and 9. Balls at their own 37.
Third down and 9 for Deering. Again, the shotgun. Langella, and Navarro went right, and the pass went left.
A little more pressure on him that time by the Biddeford defense. He needed to make a reaction real quick, and he chose to throw out as thrown in, and incomplete.
Hey, Langella throws a nice ball.
Puts a lot of zip on it. He can really get it there when he needs to.
So Deering will punt. There's 2:43 left in the half. McCurk to kick to Gagne and Perry, and again it's a wobbly kick. Takes a Deering bounce, so Leclerc gets it to roll down to the 38.
Ball will be at their own 37.
2:34 left in the third quarter of play. We mentioned the Tigers home next week against Massabesic. Then it's on the road. I believe it's Noble. After that, yes, Noble. Then at Marshwood, Sanford and Bunny Eagle at home, and then the traditional rivalry game against Thornton to close out the campaign. Goslin on first down. Going along, incomplete. The defense is playing so far back that Navarro, the defender, was behind Gagne on the play.
Yeah, you're down by 21. You need to work on things that the defense are going to give you. You can't try to do something the defense isn't going to give you right now. And they're not going to give you the deep one.
Seems like they're hoping for the big hit, try to get some momentum, get themselves back into it, and maybe go into the fourth quarter only down by 2 scores.
Well, they get 2 minutes and 14 seconds to prove you right, Eric. Let's see what they do.
Single back is Rule. And Goslin gives him the football. Keith Rule, nice second effort. Garrett and company takes him down, but a nice second effort by the freshman Keith Rule. The first freshman that you and I have ever seen play for this varsity, Keith, and I understand it's been quite a few years since there has been a freshman that started. Third down and 6 for the Tigers. Choi and Gagne are your wideouts. Drapo comes in motion, and Goslin keeps the football and overthrows Choi.
Pass was intended for number 15, Choho Choi. On the defense for Deering is number 14, Paul Navarro. Tigers will have 4th and 6. Balls at their own 41.
So Biddeford will be forced to punt with about a minute and a half remaining here in the third.
Back deep for Deering is number 31, Ben Brash. Kicking for the Tigers is number 80, Nate Gagne.
High snap, Gagne. It's going to be trouble. Somehow gets a kickoff, and it's caught by a lineman at the line of scrimmage. It's been that kind of evening for Biddeford.
Certainly has. They haven't been able to do anything right. It's just been a snowballing evolution of things for them tonight, and that snap and that kick sort of typifies exactly what's been going on for them this evening.
9 possessions for Biddeford, 3 interceptions and 6 punts so far. 1:19 left in the third. Deering first and 10 from the 42. They give to Foley. And Gagne holds on and drags him down to 35.
He's a load. Foley's a load. He does a nice job for Deering in there. He's giving him some good openings. He's certainly taking advantage of them. And I tip my hat to that offensive line tonight. They've done an outstanding job up front and really creating some opportunities for their backs to run with.
And the rain has started to come down here at Waterhouse. Foley up the middle. Foley still battling and has himself a first down. Well, he is one of turning out to be many player of the game candidates at this pace. He, along with the quarterback Langella, Daniels, Willett on defense, Fullerton.
They're just inside the Tigers 30.
25 seconds left in the third quarter. And it really starting to rain. You can see on the tape.
Downright pouring out there right now.
Westberg tackled by Livermore and Fortin at the line of scrimmage in what should be the final play of the third quarter. A shocker here at Waterhouse Field. We've played 3, and on the Channel 12 scoreboard, it's the Deering Rams 21 and the Biddeford Tigers nothing.
Make your presentations come to life with color. Mailboxes, etc. brings you Xerox color copies for as low as 79 cents. And there are so many possibilities. You can turn black and white copies to color. You can highlight color, color conversion, and merge documents. So get your high-resolution color copies today at Mailboxes, etc. on Saco Island, your local UPS, fax, copy, and now color copy store.
Brian Curett comes out of the huddle as we start the fourth quarter of play here on TCI's Game of the Week. The Biddeford coach can be happy, 21-0 in favor of Deering as we start the fourth, and the Rams with the football. Angela Foley, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage.
You know, a situation like this, you say to your players, you know, 21-0, we haven't been able to get anything going. Let's take it from this point forward and see if we can work on all the things that we need to work on to make us a better football team. And you know, look at it as a quarter. Let's see if we can beat them in this quarter, and let's move on. So we'll see what happens here.
Third down and 11 for Deering there at the Biddeford 30-yard line. Langella fakes the handoff, throws long, man is open, incomplete. Brian Leclerc, the intended receiver, and some good pass defense by Eric Lavasser.
On the defense for the Tigers was number 32, Eric Lavasser.
Raining pretty good up here, and this gives us an excellent opportunity to say a big thank you. As you can see the rain pouring off of the canopy in front of us here, but a big thank you to Rick Fortier, excuse me, Rick Fortier for providing us with the canopy here, as he has done for the past 2 years. Without him, it wouldn't be here, and it wasn't here, Keith, and we were drenched a few times in previous years, and Rick thought he would give us a hand, and we can't thank him enough for keeping us dry.
You know, I tip my hat to Rick and for all his efforts up here, and the people in Biddeford should feel proud to have an individual like that lives in their community who's so willing to give, and proud thank you from us, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're dry because of him. Leclerc on fourth down kicks it toward the end zone, and down by Fullerton at the 1. Great play by Mike Fullerton. The Tigers will start at their own 1-yard line.
50-50 this evening, $1,050. The winner this evening from Biddeford is Jimmy Belanger.
$11:02 left in the ball game. Tigers will start from their 1, and Keith, we have some amazing numbers that we'll get to in a moment as this game gets further and further along. It's been a long time since Biddeford football team has been shut out. As looks like Drapo running on first down. Biddeford has gone 70 consecutive games without being shut out. They've gone 6 complete years without being shut out. The last time a Biddeford football team was shut out was November of 1988 when they lost at South Portland in the Western A semifinals. Keith, the game you and I did, the first playoff game we ever did involving Biddeford, they lost that game 21-0. That's the last time Biddeford has been shut out.
Yeah, I remember that game distinctly. You know, it's things you remember. But that's an impressive record that looks like it's going to be broken here tonight.
Goslin keeps the ball himself and has himself a first down. Excellent effort by Captain Ben Goslin.
the ball carrier for the Tigers. Tackle for Deering by number 44.
The lowest point total for a Tiger team in the 90s, at least in this decade, was in 1991. They lost at Portland 33-7. The only time they've ever been less than double digits in this entire decade. Of course, remember they came back and won the state championship that year. So bear in mind that it's only game number 2. That's the thing to remember if you're in Biddeford.
Right. You know, we saw them lose their home opener here last year. And, you know, personnel changes, attitudes, the teams change.
And Fullerton sacks Goslin.
The way things move around change sometimes, so you know, you need to bear that in mind. Keep it in mind.
Folks, it's raining, and I mean it is raining right now.
It is pouring out.
It is raining, and if it keeps up like this, then we're not going anywhere for a post game. We will wrap it up from here and say goodnight. 9 minutes left in this one, and it is just coming down in buckets, and the people. You don't see this very often. They're streaming out of here, too.
And you know, I guess I can't blame them. You know, we were talking about that earlier. At least I was.
Goslin. Garrett. Is it intercepted? Interception and fumble or no possession? It is.
Possession of the football. Correction. Deering has the football.
It is an interception. So an interception by Garrett, the 4th for Deering in this game. And they'll have the ball deep in Tiger territory.
And 10, they're at the Tiger 15.
Langella has his club at the 15. Foley down to the 15-yard line.
Joe Foley, tackle for the Tigers by number 20, Rick Fortin.
11 possessions for Biddeford, 6 punts, 4 interceptions, and they ran out of time at the end of the half in the other possession. So it has been that kind of night. Wow, and I've never seen it rain this hard at Waterhouse.
I don't think we've ever had it this hard here. It is pouring.
Well, it's true, though. I guess the Chevrolet game in 1990, Keith, it rained like the Dickens in that Western Maine Championship game. I do remember that as the carry on second down is stopped. In the game against Chevrolet, almost didn't play. Almost like a monsoon here.
And they played it.
We had our little tent set up here, and we was
we've done some interesting things to stay dry.
We have had to improvise a few times before Rick was so gracious in building this out of his own pocket, which is
certainly come here and been in situations where you wish you weren't here, but not anymore.
Just inside the Tiger 20.
3rd and 14 for Deering. They lead 21-0 here with 7:05 left in a downpour here at Waterhouse Field. Langella gives to Perry. Russo and Gagne stop him short of the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 4th down, and you feel they're going to go for it.
Oh, yeah.
No reason not to.
No, not at this point. You keep the clock running. As it's raining pretty hard here, so you're not going to kick in this situation.
Timeout, Deering.
And Deering calls timeout with 6:34 left in the game. So again, I'd like to mention we will be here next week for Massabesic, and then for everything else beyond that, with the exception of possibly the Marshwood trip. Of course, the away games are the most expensive for us because of the travel time and etc. It takes a little bit of money to produce a game like this, and we have gone out, Steve Twombly and I personally have contacted over 40 businesses in town, and we've got 2 people to advertise, so it's not a very high ratio. We've tried as hard as we can. So
you've certainly got that high-priced talent that you have to pay for to stand next to you too as well.
Right.
So
to get you back every year isn't cheap.
That's right. With all that, going against you, I can see why it costs you so much.
That's right. That's right. So if there's any businesses out there, anyone knows of a business who is interested in advertising on our high school sports package, by all means, give me a call at our office, 1-800-646-5823. We'd love to have you as a sponsor of high school sports on Channel 12, something we've done for well over a decade now. Langella running it on 4th down. He's going to get the first down. Langella, well, maybe he didn't, actually. Nate Gagne trips him up near the 10, and he actually may have been short of a first down.
Biddeford will take over 1st and 10.
Yep, he's about 2 yards short. So they turn it over on downs. Tigers will have it from the 10-yard line, we'll call it. Goslin looks right, hits his man Choi. Cho-Ho Choi, excellent job, Keith. The great thing he did with that, he came back for the football.
He turned around, came back, made the reception, turned upfield, and gained some more yardage. Nice play by Choi.
The rain has let up ever so slightly here. But as Steve Twombly had panned the stands a few moments ago, it's the diehards who are left on really, it's kind of a chilly night, comparatively speaking, Keith. We've had one of the hottest summers recently, one of the driest summers. We get a cold night and rain. That's the first home game.
But we certainly need the rain. I guess I shouldn't complain, you know. Everything's dried right up, and
my lawn needs it, I'll tell you that. Goslin, and Gagne can't hold on. Ball's got to be wet. It's got to be really tough to pass at this point. We did the Biddeford Noble boys soccer game here on Thursday afternoon, and we could have been in shorts. It was hot, humid, and a night later, it's put your sweatshirt on.
Put your sweatshirt on, get your gloves on, stay warm.
2nd down and 10 coming up for the Tigers. 5 minutes and 47 seconds left in this one. 21-0 Deering. Goslin again to throw. Screen play set up on 2nd down. Keith Rule with the football. And Rule tackled from behind by Fullerton.
Nice job by Fullerton. He saw the screen, made the turn, made a nice play.
Tigers will have 3rd and a long 5. They're at their own 36.
Third and 6 for Biddeford. Goslin with time, has his man Choi out of bounds at the 50.
Number 15, Cho-Ho Choi.
Nice job by Choi. He really powered down the field to really make it look like he was going all the way, and then he turned real quickly in good timing pattern. They picked up some good yardage. You know, in portions of this game, we have seen some real nice things from Biddeford in terms of hitting the sideline, the passing. The thing that we just didn't see tonight was any dominance at all running the football. They weren't able to establish anything when it comes to running.
Strappo gets out of bounds. It really does seem, Keith, that short passing game to the sidelines can be very effective for this team.
Particularly to the sideline to Goslin's strong side, which is rolling to his left or throwing to his left, because being naturally left-handed, that seems to be the best side for him. Has a little more difficulty throwing the other way. And then again, you know, to his benefit as well, he hasn't had a lot of time to make those good long passes as well.
Goslin sacked. Back at the 50.
By number 42, Charlie Athanasian.
Athanasia makes the sack, number 42. 4:40 and counting remaining in this football game. 21-0 Deering.
Tigers have 3rd and 11. Ball's at midfield.
3rd and 11 for Biddeford. Goslin, pump fake, throws long. Choi to come back for it, and it popped out of his hands. It's got to be a hard ball to throw, Keith. It's got to be wet.
It certainly is. It's you know, it's, you can see on that one, no tight spiral at all. And I don't think it had as much to do with Ben's delivery as it had to do with the slipperiness of the ball.
There's a flag thrown on the field. And sportsmanlike conduct on the defense, Keith. I didn't see what it was. Deering has been penalized now for 60 yards of penalties compared to 15 for Biddeford. Too many men on the field is what we hear from the stands.
Referee indicates too many men on the field for Deering. Tigers have first and 10. Balls at the Deering 35.
And the rain has stopped. As Goslin. Boy, Gagne with a nice try, and Navarro almost had his second pick.
Well, I think Gagne stopped that from being a pick by accelerating and getting to the ball. So nice job by him by moving to the football. Again, you know, it's that kind of night, Eric. It's going to start raining again, I can tell.
Second down and 10.
Just inside the Deering 35.
Goslin looking left. Pedrapo hits him. Pedrapo out of bounds outside the 20. It's going to be enough for a first down, so the Tigers helped out by the penalty, and a nice little drive here.
First and 10. Ball is spotted around the 20-yard line.
So it will be a first down from the Deering 21. .409 left in the game. Goslin looking for Choi, incomplete.
Pass was intended for Cholo Choi.
This maybe about the deepest Biddeford's gotten, Keith, down toward the 21.
I was just going to say, I think it is.
Yeah, they haven't been close for a score.
Yeah, short precision passing to the strong side for Ben Goslin. The penalty has been helpful, and they're making a little bit of progress here, and something positive out of a tough night.
Flags on the play.
Snap is dropped, and seemingly a quick whistle there. That ball was still loose while that was going on.
Main Gas, Route 1 in Wells, is your full-service propane company. Compare, and you'll find that propane is an inexpensive and clean energy source. Main Gas's professional, full-service technicians will supply all your residential and commercial needs at competitive prices, starting with installation to providing you with all your appliance needs. Our showroom is stocked with hot water heaters, ranges, dryers, space heaters, and much more. Maybe it's time to convert to propane and save. When you're ready to convert, call Main Gas.
Listen to the heartbeat of the earth. All life depends on that beat. The earth has always provided for us. Today, as in the past, we must keep this heart strong. Give back to the earth. Call 1-800-THE-SOIL for your free action packet. Harmony, a partnership with a healthy land.
Back at Waterhouse Field, they've reset the clock to 4 minutes remaining in the game. Goslin, a quick throw to Gagne.
pass reception was to...
He catches it, and then Biddeford immediately calls timeout.
On the defense for
3:48 remaining in the game.
Mike Nappy.
Don't forget our Player of the Game ceremony coming up for you immediately following this one. The rain has subsided. If it holds, Keith and I will be going down onto the field to talk with our Player of the Game and head coach right after this one concludes. Tim Stebbins, the offensive play caller for Biddeford, out to talk to his team.
Many times in situations, and it hasn't happened very often here at Waterhouse, where we get the opportunity to speak with the opposing team. It happened last year with Portland and Mike Bailey. Because most of the visiting teams aren't accustomed to it, we usually end up with the with only the coach, and we don't get a chance to see the player of the game. So I bet you that if we speak to Deering tonight, I bet you the same thing happens again, Eric, where we'll get a chance to talk to the coach, but I think the players will already be in the locker room ready to go.
They'll be celebrating. Because this is a huge win for their program if they can hold on here. Goslin on third down. Cho-Ho Choi with the reception. And he gets out of bounds.
Tigers will have a first and 10.
So Biddeford will have first and goal from the 9.
See, I've been waiting for Deering to step up, with the curl there and try to bring somebody up and challenge that and step up and intercept that. But they haven't. They've played very basic, secondary defense and just allowed that pass to continue.
Goslin sacked.
Lost the ball.
Fumbled it, but then held on to it.
Tackle for Deering.
And Gagne calls Biddeford's second timeout of the half. So it'll be second down and goal. Deering thought they had the football for a moment, I think. What it was a timeout. So 3:34 remaining in this one. Again, don't forget to tune into the Channel 12 Community Bulletin Board to find out when your favorite programs are on Channel 12. We do broadcast Monday through Thursday. Our programming starts generally at 5 o'clock and runs through the end of our Game of the Week coverage. So give us a look. A lot of local programs. We do about 9 of them on a regular basis, on at least a monthly basis, all based around the local community. So if you want to see what's going on locally, tune in to Channel 12. Second down and goal from the 12. Perry with the catch. Perry, touchdown! And make it 71 games without being shut out for Biddeford.
Well, maybe we put the fear into him, huh? But for all intents and purposes now, you're definitely going to see an onside kick trying to create a situation where you're going to get the ball back. And we'll see.
Attempting the extra point for the Tigers will be number 15, Cho-Ho Choi.
Let's see what happens on this kickoff after this attempt.
Choi's extra point
Kick is no good.
Is low and wide to the left.
Score now.
So it's 21-6 in favor of Deering with 3:29 left. I think you're right, Keith. I think going to see an onside kick here. .29 left in this one. To recap the scoring for you, it started at the 9:45 mark of the second quarter. Joe Foley, a 1-yard run for Deering. The PAT was good to make it 7-0. Then with 1:19 left in the half, a 78-yard pass from Nick Langella to Tyrone Daniels made it 14-0 after the PAT. And then in the third quarter, with 4:14 left, a 34-yard touchdown pass from Langella to Daniels. The point after was good, and it was 21-0. And now the 13-yard touchdown pass to John Perry. Extra point no good, makes it 21-6 as big Mike Fullerton falls on the football, so Deering will take over at the 50.
Ball is recovered by number 76, Mike Fullerton.
I'll tell you, Deering has had solid performances, Keith, from a handful of players tonight. It certainly hasn't been one or two kids.
No, it hasn't. They have had a rounded effort this evening. My hats are off to that offensive line. They have really dominated the line of scrimmage and really dictate what they've wanted to do. And the backs have had good opportunities to run in areas where the holes have been.
Joe Foley taken down on the play.
By number 72, Jason Shaw.
And Biddeford calls their final timeout of the half.
Timeout, Tigers.
With 2:53 left. That's unofficially their final timeout. Well, not much more to say, Keith, except it appears Deering's going to hold on and win, and deservedly so. You know, played Biddeford tonight.
They certainly did. They just had a good effort. Came in here, it didn't seem like they got intimidated at all. Came out in the first period and really ran the football well and really dictated the tempo and did what they wanted to do offensively, I thought. Not many turnovers in this game. I think we had one in the first half, and that was by Biddeford. So not a lot of penalties on Biddeford's side. Then again, some big ones on Deering's. But all in all, a well-played game if you're Deering.
Penalty flag was thrown as Foley carried the football. Goslin and Cassavant making the tackle will be holding against Deering. And it is declined. It is declined, so
Rams will have third and
they would rather
13,
take the down, so instead of going to second and 19, they'd rather have third and 14 and try to get the ball back. Penalty is declined. You see a number of declined penalties tonight. So third and 14. Quick kick.
Oh, and it's right straight
Foley.
up.
And Foley catches his own kick and advanced it, which I believe is illegal.
We have seen it all.
Wow. He was rushed because of the defensive pressure. The kick went literally straight in the air. That wasn't the way they designed it on the play clock.
Well, I think what it ends up with the officials, they need to circle together and find out exactly what happened, because that is very, very odd. You get the quick kick situation, the ball's up in the air.
Most of the time,
kicking it catches it.
Right. Usually you catch it, down it, and that's the end of the play. But he ran with it.
He kicked it and then tried to advance it. So it'll be interesting to see what they...
You can pass it to yourself, but you can't kick it to yourself, I don't think.
You can pass it to yourself?
Well, off a deflection, I guess you could.
Oh, okay.
Off a deflection.
Let's see what we got here.
So I guess they're waving the flag off. Giving him the yardage, and it's going to be fourth down.
You're kidding.
Wow. What a way to pick up 10 yards. Kick the ball to yourself and run with it. That's interesting. Leclerc to kick for real now. He gets off one of his better punts of the night. Daniels touches it.
Flag on the play.
He had another one. He's trying to catch it on the kick.
I think the coach is just saying, Tyrone Daniels, hey, 2 minutes left, we're up by 2 touchdowns. Don't bother touching the ball. So flags went down immediately. When he tried to catch it, he wasn't successful in catching it. Well, pull the rule book out on this one.
Boy, I'll tell you, they've not only have they got rained on tonight with their shorts on, now they got a couple interesting plays that they've had to decipher out and figure out what's going on.
This is going to bring Brian Curett out. This has been a crazy couple of minutes here. I don't even want to guess, Keith. Maybe they're going to make him kick it again, it appears.
Looks that way, Eric. We have seen it all tonight.
They're going to penalize them and make them kick again. So they penalize them 15 yards. And they're going to have them kick it again. Even the public address announcer didn't want to touch that one. Kick catching interference apparently is the call. Gagne hit hard by Derek Locke at the 35. For a kick catching interference, Keith, the offense will be penalized 15 yards and re-kick, or the receivers can refuse the penalty and take the ball or the result of the play. So as kick catching interference, they penalized them 15 yards and had them re-kick. So it's not that hard to figure out if you get the rules in front of you. John Perry on first down.
Tackled by number 76, Mike Fullerton.
But you definitely have to have the rules in front of you.
I guess so.
Foul at Jerome.
1:33 left, no timeouts for the Tigers. Out toward Gagne. Nice catch. And Gagne gets out of bounds.
Tyrone Daniels on.
Boy, wouldn't it be nice to see him stick another one in and go for a 2-point conversion, get the 2 points, and then have to kick off again? It would certainly add a little bit of excitement to tonight's game, that's for sure.
You know how this program has been over the years.
That's not out of the realm of possibility.
No, it isn't.
We've seen a lot of strange things happen here.
Third and about 3. Goslin looks over.
Wide open.
Perry catches the football down at the 25. No timeouts left. 1:16 left. Once they get the chain set, they'll set it up again. And I'll tell you, if this were a 1-touchdown game, this would be a lot different.
The guy with the chain, he lost the down marker.
The down marker fell off the top, so they'll put the ball down and start up. The clock has started. Goslin goes toward Perry, and
the clock's still going.
He caught the ball and inbounds, so it's second down. They might be improvising here, Keith.
Well, I think they're going to down the ball.
They've got to kind of regroup. Oh, they don't. Goslin's going to throw. He's going to Gagne open.
He still doesn't get out of bounds.
And the clock continues to run. 47 seconds left, so time is a factor with no timeouts left here. Third and short. And Goslin spikes it on third down. That's tough. It only leaves you with one play, but you're down by 15 points with 37 seconds left, so it's just a matter of whether you get a score in here. I don't know, you try to go for a first down, or you go for the end zone right on this play.
Fourth down play. With 37 seconds left, you've had success going to the side. I think you try to run one from the side, make sure the receiver gets out of bounds.
Fourth down, about
Pick up
2.
that first down.
Down on about the 16, Keith. 37 seconds left. Gagne to the right, Shore to the left.
Because if I'm Deering, I'm giving you that play, but I'm not going to give you anything to the end zone.
And Goslin, with plenty of room, has no receivers, and got enough for the first down, I think. As they went student body left, and he had a lot of room to run. So 30 seconds left, and the first down gives them 4 more downs to play with.
Tigers have first and 10. They are at the 13.
Stranger things have happened.
Yep.
Have some diehard fans here cheering this Tiger team on for another touchdown if they can put one in here. Makes things interesting, though.
Looking Perry's way. He's got it. Perry! Touchdown! With 25 seconds left. For the people who've stayed, it's been good.
The people that stayed are certainly getting a joy in getting entertainment for their money's worth. Not only did they get rained upon, they're here watching another touchdown. Obviously, you're going to have an onside kick. But I think, you know, in this situation, you got to...
They're going to go for 2 here.
Yeah, you got to go for 2.
Yeah, it's 21-12 with 25 seconds left. So John Perry has scored his second touchdown in the last 3 minutes. Out of the T formation, Goslin.
Oh, he's wide open.
Rollout man is there. Interference.
Good call. Very good call.
We'll give him another shot at it here. Sean Anderson got in the way of Nate Gagne.
Nate was wide open.
So it's half the distance to the goal, and they'll try it again. So 25 seconds left. So Chol Ho Choi, who's on the sidelines, thinking about that onside kick strategy here.
Got to be thinking
Brian
about
Carrott's talking to him. He's telling him, hey, this is where to kick it.
Well, you got to get some bouncing in the ball. The ball has to bounce up. You can't keep it down on the ground.
Again, the 2-point conversion. It's in. Perry's in. And it's 21-14. So it's not over yet. And what's left of the crowd on their feet in anticipation of this onside kick. If they recover, they got a chance. If they don't, the ball game's over. And they've got no timeouts. Deering has 2 remaining. So if you're Deering, your hands people are all near the 50 key. They have to be.
You got to get some people up front that can catch the ball.
Daniels is the only man back. Foley is up at the 50, so is Fullerton, who recovered the last onside kick.
He should be up here, the back that's way back for Deering. So what if the ball goes?
Choi's coming right at us, 10 men on the line.
Ball's got to bounce. He's got to get some bounce in the ball.
Here we go.
Get it up.
And it squibs along the ground and right to Fuller. Fullerton, who recovers it again, so that should signal the end as Deering calls a timeout, but Biddeford gave it an effort, Keith. A couple of touchdowns in the last 3 minutes.
Well, you know, I think what's nice about it is that these guys didn't give up. They didn't play well tonight. I think they'll even admit to that. They didn't play the way they wanted to play. But again, when that 4th period started, they scored twice. They got some momentum going, and they never gave up. And I think that's a positive thing that you use to catapult yourself into the next game, and to rely upon that is saying, hey, look, this game's never over until that time clock finally rings 0. And right now they've scored 2. It doesn't look like they're going to get the ball again, but nice effort, particularly at the end of the game for the Tigers.
So 24 seconds left in this one. Deering with the ball at the 49, and they just have to sit on it to have their first victory over Biddeford in a number of years. And Langella downs it. And I don't believe they have to run another play. Well, a good, solid effort by Deering as they're going to win it. And the Tigers, an excellent comeback to make this a close one. And both teams will be 1-1, and you can see the elation on the Deering sideline. This is just a huge win for this program. And Keith and I will be going down onto the field to talk with the player game and the head coach right after these messages as we take a look at the Channel 12 scoreboard. It's the Deering Rams defeating the Biddeford Tigers here at Waterhouse Field by the score of 21-14.
If you're planning to have a baby, you really should talk to Betsy and Kim. They both have children born at York Hospital. Betsy's oldest was a C-section, her youngest by natural childbirth, and Kim's beautiful baby was born by C-section. Outstanding physicians such as Dr. Linda Wright, skilled birthing nurses, and a modern birthing unit make having a baby at York Hospital a beautiful experience. Why not make York Hospital your hospital? Call us at 207-363-4321, extension 2129. We'd love to meet you and give you a tour.
Watch for these shows and special community events right here on TCI of Southern Maine, Channel 12.
Welcome back to the postgame show here at Waterhouse Field. Deering defeats Biddeford by the score of 21-14. Joining Keith and I for the postgame show, the head coach of the Rams, Bill Leroy. And Bill, you've been head coach at Deering now for 10 years. Where does this stack up as far as victories for your program? This has to be awfully big.
Well, it's got to be right up there. I mean, certainly coming in the wake of last week's disappointing loss to Waterville. You know, we knew we had to do something to turn our season around, and the kids really came up big tonight. Everybody played an outstanding game, which we knew we had to do because Biddeford is, you know, such an explosive team offensively and defensively. I'm just extremely proud of the way the kids played tonight.
The one thing that Keith and I noticed in the press box, it wasn't just one kid who made a difference tonight. You had a number of players, I think, on both sides of the ball who made good contributions for you.
Everybody stepped up and played exceptionally well tonight. I'm very pleased, and it was a real team effort, which is what we're all about, because we don't have any one outstanding star in our lineup. So,
Keith,
just to keep you quick, Coach. One thing that impressed me was your offensive defensive line. I think they really dictated. Held the line of scrimmage extremely well, and did a great job opening up some good holes for your backs to run through, and just a super job.
Well, the kids played really well. You know, we feel extremely fortunate to come down and beat a great team like Biddeford. You know, they're the program that the rest of the conference and the rest of the state is trying to chase year in and year out, and you know, hopefully we'll be able to sustain this momentum through the rest of the year.
Congratulations and good luck the rest of the season,
Thanks
Coach.
a lot.
Coach, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Victorious head coach Bill Leroy as Deering defeats Biddeford by the score of 21-14. And Keith, what can you say? I mean, they just played a great game tonight. I think this is a team that certainly their goal coming in was to make the playoffs. They're 1-1 against two very good teams, Waterville and Biddeford. Next week, they've got Noble at home. This team looks pretty good.
Well, you know, you're right. They had Waterville, and then they come into Biddeford, and they needed to really stay focused. I think they stayed intense through 3 periods of this football game. But one of the things that I think is positive for at least for the Biddeford side of the football is that you came back in the 4th period, you regrouped, you scored 2 touchdowns, and you made a football game. You made Deering think a little bit, particularly on that onside kick. And if Biddeford comes up with it, things are different. But you got outplayed by 3 periods, you need to come back and regroup and be focused for the next game.
And certainly what head coach Brian Currid of Biddeford said prior to the game when I asked him about the possibility of three-peating, he said, you don't think about that. You take it one game at a time. This game is done. You learn what you can. You move on to Massabesic next week.
Absolutely. Massabesic will be a tough task for this Biddeford team, but they have had many tough tasks in their future, in their past, and I'm sure that they'll be ready to play. And we'll have a good game, I'm sure.
Okay. And congratulations to Deering, a very nice win for their program, and there's some happy campers on that bus headed back to Portland tonight. It's going to wrap up our coverage here from Waterhouse Field in Biddeford. For Keith Verfeather, I'm Eric Nelson. The final score, once again, Deering beats Biddeford 21-14. Have a nice night, everyone.